Ngozi was braiding Amarachi's hair one hot afternoon. As she parted the hair, a strange smell filled the salon. Ngozi frowned and said, "Madam, hope you washed your hair. Something is smelling." When she lifted another braid, she froze. She saw a deep round hole on Amarachi's scalp. It was dark inside and flies hovered around it. Ngozi screamed. Amarachi quickly covered her head and shouted, "Please don't tell anybody what you saw." Amarachi's eyes widened. She covered her head instantly. "Please don't tell anyone. I will pay you anything. Just don't talk." Ngozi stepped back. Her apprentice Eze sniffed the air. "Madam, what's smelling?" Before Ngozi could answer, Amarachi grabbed her scarf and ran out faster than the wind. Ngozi stood still, heart pounding. She'd never seen anything like that. The air felt heavy and cold. By evening, the gossip had spread around. Ngozi said she saw a hole in somebody's head though. People started talking. Children sang, "The woman with the hole, the woman with the smell." Ngozi regretted speaking out, but it was too late. Umoma village had found a new story. That night, she could not sleep. Each time she closed her eyes, she saw that dark, breathing hole. Then, all of a sudden, she heard a knock on her door. Knock, knock, knock. Ngozi sat up. "Who is that?" No answer. She heard another knock. Knock, knock. She grabbed her torchlight, her heart beating like drum. "Who is there?" A soft voice replied. "Ngozi, please open. It's me, Amarachi, your customer." Ngozi froze. The same Amarachi? At this time of the night? The same Amarachi with a smelly injury on her head? She opened the door slowly. Amarachi stood there, eyes red, scarf wrapped tight again. "Ngozi, please help me. The hole is getting worse and is smelling really bad." Ngozi blinked. "What do you mean worse?" Amarachi removed her scarf. The hole had grown larger. It pulsed like something breathing inside. The smell was unbearable. Ngozi covered her mouth in horror. "Madam, you need hospital." Amarachi shook her head, trembling. "No doctor can help me, please. Let me stay here tonight, I beg you." Ngozi hesitated. "Stay where? In my house? Don't you know that your head is smelling?" Amarachi pleaded. Then from somewhere deep inside the darkness of Amarachi's head, a faint sound began to hum. That night, Ngozi sat on the edge of her bed, still wondering why she had agreed to let Amarachi stay. The woman was now lying quietly on a mat near the door, wrapped in a thick wrapper. Outside, Umoma village was silent. No generator sound, no crickets, only the whistle of cold harmattan. Ngozi tried to pray, but her heart would not settle. Each time she looked at Amarachi, she remembered the hole, black and bottomless. "God, please," she whispered, "protect me this night." Then she heard the sound again coming from Amarachi's head. Ngozi froze. She looked at Amarachi. The woman was shaking, hands clutching her head. "Amarachi," Ngozi said, "are you okay? Are you okay?" Amarachi didn't answer. The humming grew louder, deep, almost like something breathing through her skull. Ngozi stood slowly. This cannot be real. Amarachi suddenly sat up, eyes wide open. "They are calling again," she said in a low, broken voice. "Who?" Ngozi asked. "The voices. They live inside the hole." Ngozi's torchlight flickered, then died completely. The room fell into darkness. From the corner, a whisper crawled through the air, soft but clear. "Return it, Amarachi. Return it." Ngozi grabbed her Bible from the table, trembling. "Blood of Jesus." The voice laughed, a dry, empty laugh. Amarachi screamed and tore off her scarf. The hole on her head glowed faintly, like there was fire burning deep inside. Ngozi stumbled backward, shouting, "Holy Ghost fire!" But the glow spread, thin smoke rising from the wound. Ngozi's younger brother burst into the room. "What's happening?" Before Ngozi could speak, the smoke took shape, the shadow of a woman's face forming above Amarachi's head. The voice came again. "You cannot hide from the river. Return what was stolen." Ngozi's knees went weak. River? What river? Ngozi's younger brother ran outside shouting for help. But when he looked back, Amarachi was gone. The mat was empty. The wrapper lay flat on the ground. The door swung open by itself, wind howling through. Ngozi dropped to her knees, crying. God, where did she go? The voice whispered one last time, echoing through the house. The river remembers. Ngozi fainted. By morning, she woke to the sound of neighbors knocking. Sister Ngozi, what happened? We heard you shouting last night. Ngozi opened the door, looking pale and shaky. Amarachi, she disappeared. She vanished in front of me. The crowd gasped. Old Mama Uju, who sold herbs nearby, pushed her way through the crowd. Child, tell me everything you saw. Ngozi told her every single thing. When she finished, Mama Uju's face turned grave. She whispered, this is not ordinary. You've been touched by the curse of River Ezumezu. The morning sun rose weakly over Umoma village, casting long shadows on the dusty road. People gathered in front of Ngozi's house, whispering about what had happened. Some said Amarachi was a ghost. Others swore she was a witch. But Ngozi didn't speak. She sat quietly, eyes swollen from crying. Her heart still echoing from the whispers she heard in the night. Mama Uju, the oldest woman in the village, sat beside her. Her wrinkled hands trembled slightly as she stirred a calabash filled with herbs. My child, she began. What you saw last night is not My child, she began. What you saw last night is not ordinary. Amarachi carries a curse older than your mother's age. Ngozi frowned. A curse? From where? Mama Uju sighed. From River Ezumezu, of course. Long ago, a woman from Amarachi's family stole something sacred from that river. A charm meant only for the dead. Ngozi leaned closer, curious and afraid. What kind of charm? The charm of beauty. Mama Uju whispered. It makes the bearer glow and be loved by all. But it came with a warning. Never let greed touch it. Amarachi's mother ignored that warning. Ngozi's eyes widened. So this hole is punishment? Mama Uju nodded slowly. Yes, the river took back what was stolen and marked the daughter with emptiness. That hole is where her peace used to live. The spirits are angry. When the river takes, it doesn't stop until balance returns. Just then, Ngozi's younger brother rushed into the room. Sister, people say they saw Amarachi near the stream this morning. She was talking to herself. Ngozi jumped up. Where? Her brother pointed. Near the old path that leads to River Ezumezu. Mama Uju grabbed her walking stick. Then we must go. But listen, Ngozi, let me warn you. Don't let her touch you. The curse spreads through a pity. Ngozi hesitated but followed. Her heart pounded as they walked through the narrow paths, leaves brushing against her legs. The air grew colder as they got close to the river. Then they saw her. Amarachi stood by the water, her feet bare, her hair wild, but not with tears. Black water streamed down her cheeks. Amarachi, Ngozi called softly. Amarachi turned. Her eyes glowed faintly, like moonlight trapped in darkness. Ngozi, she whispered. They said I should return what was stolen, but I don't know how. Mama Uju raised her hand. Child, step away from the water. But Amarachi shook her head. It's too late. A sudden gust of wind blew through the forest. The surface of the river cracked like glass. And then, a voice, deep and ancient, rose from beneath. Amarachi, the voice said, the debt must be paid. Ngozi screamed as Amarachi's body began to sink into the water without a splash. The wind blowed. Her wrapper clung to her skin, soaked with sweat and fear. Ngozi, she cried. It's pulling me, help me. Ngozi ran forward, grabbing her hand, but the ground beneath them was slippery. Hold on, she shouted. Mama Uju lifted her walking stick and began chanting old words that Ngozi had never heard before. Amarachi screamed, It's burning me. Ngozi gasped. Steam was rising from Amarachi's arm, where the water had touched her. Her skin blistered instantly, like fire had kissed it. Mama Uju yelled, Ngozi, let her go. But Ngozi hesitated. Then a hand, pale and dripping, reached out from the river and grabbed Amarachi's other wrist. Ngozi screamed and fell backward. Amarachi was pulled under swallowed whole. No splash, no sound. The water went calm. Mama Uju stood frozen, her stick trembling in her hand, and she said, "The river has claimed who it has chosen." And Ngozi stared at Mama Uju. "We have to do something, Mama. We can't just leave her here." And Mama Uju said, "There is nothing we can do. Let us go back home. You've tried your best. But let me warn you, Ngozi. Whatever follows you home tonight, please don't look back. The spirit that followed your customer Amarachi to your salon is a spirit that pounces on anybody that shows her pity. And you did. Now the spirit will be after you. So as you are walking, be very careful. Don't look back." That night, Ngozi couldn't stop shaking. Every sound, a frog croaking, a door creaking, made her heart jump. She had left River Ezumezu, but the memory of Amarachi sinking beneath that dark water replayed in her head again and again. And she thought to herself, "Oh, if I had known, I wouldn't have opened my salon that day. Is it bad to show assistance to somebody? I showed Amarachi concern and care because of the situation of her head. Now the spirits won't let me be." Beside her, Mama Uju walked slowly, muttering prayers. The next morning, Ngozi and Mama Uju visited her salon. When they reached Ngozi's salon, the street was empty. And Mama Uju said, "You have to be very careful, Ngozi, because the spirits will visit your salon again if you're not careful. And remember, when you are going home, whatever you hear, please don't look back. Remember what I said, my child. Whatever you hear tonight, don't answer. The river haunts true voices." Ngozi nodded nervously. "Yes, ma." Mama Uju pressed a small cowrie shell into her palm. "If you get home and you want to sleep, keep this cowrie shell under your pillow." Ngozi watched as the old woman disappeared down the road, her figure swallowed by the mist. Inside the salon, silence. She locked the door of the salon. She said, "Oh, I don't want any customers today. I have suffered enough." She was scared. Her hands trembled. And she said, "Oh God, please let all this end. I was just in my salon and this customer came to me." Just when she was about to say something else, she turned towards the mirror. And instead of her reflection, she saw a scary monster. And she ran and screamed. And she ran out of her salon, running barefooted. She didn't stop until she reached home. Inside, she collapsed on her bed, panting. The cowrie under her pillow began to vibrate softly, a warning hymn. Then from outside her window, the whispers came. "Ngozi, open the door. You pitied Amarachi. Nobody pities her. Why did you not just make the hair like that?" Ngozi said, "I was only trying to help." But before she could say anything, the voice became louder and Ngozi screamed. That night, Ngozi could not sleep. She was restless. She panicked and feared for her life. The next day, Ngozi's customers visited her at the salon because they wanted to make their hair. They noticed she had changed. Sometimes her voice echoed strangely when talking to them, and other times her eyes shimmered like water under sunlight. One evening, while braiding a customer's hair, Ngozi zoned out. Her reflection in the salon mirror began braiding faster, separate from her real movements. The customer screamed, "Madam, your mirror!" Ngozi looked and saw her reflection, turned its head towards her, whispering. And Ngozi cried, "Please, spirits, whatever you are, I beg you. I don't have a business with you. I'm just a poor hairdresser trying to make ends meet. Amarachi walked into my salon that day, and out of curiosity, I couldn't stand the odor and the wound on her head. That is why I offered to help her. Please, I am sorry," she begged. Customers ran out of the shop. The spirit disappeared without saying a word. That evening, as she went home, she knelt down, praying, asking for help. And before she knew it, she felt a soft breeze and heard a gentle whisper. "Ngozi, don't cry again. We have listened to your tears and your pleas, and you are forgiven. But next time, be careful of what you involve yourself with. It's not everyone you will offer to help. Amarachi was our business, and we have dealt with it. We only faced you because you offered to assist her. Who are you to assist her? Next time, mind your business." And from that day, the spirit became calm. Ngozi was no longer tormented. She now went back to her salon, braiding her customers' hair, smiling, but not without extreme measure and care. She learned to mind her business. Even if she sees anything wrong in her customer's hair, she doesn't say a word, because once bitten is twice shy. And that is how the story of Ngozi ended. The moral of this story is this: some beauty hide causes beneath it. True peace comes not from appearance or wealth, but from a clean heart. Thank you so much for listening to my story. My name is Onye of Onye Stories and Folktale. And please, if you can still hear my voice, it means you listened to this story to the very end, and I sincerely appreciate your support. I do not take it for granted. Trust me when I say I have interesting stories on my channel, apart from this one, that you will love to listen to. So please sit down, relax on my channel, take a popcorn, take a cold juice, and watch all of my videos. And if you're a returning subscriber, hey, thank you so much. I sincerely appreciate you. I do not take your support for granted. You know you're the real MVP, right? So until I see you in my next story, take care of yourself. Bye.